very organised in some things, but with fuel tank, I always forget. Best topper up. And here we are, Dunsop Bridge. We're at Dunsop Bridge car park, start of the walk. Just gonna head down, should be a right hand turn onto a footpath. So yeah, it's quite cool. The sun is out, so I've put some cream on actually. It's supposed to be cloudy, but looks like we're gonna get clear skies. So yeah, good. It's quite cool though. The breeze is quite cold. I'll warm up soon enough. By order of the Duchy of Lancaster, private road. Yeah, feeling better than I did last time. Had a good breakfast today. And the weather's perfect for now. Ready to go. It's going to be quite an uphill fell walk. I'm expecting some elevation, and it's about 13.5 miles. Another circular. But yeah, let's get at it. So here we are, Dunsop Bridge. Following that line up there. See that? And all the way up into the fells. Let's go. Can't fault this weather. It was unexpected. Long may it last. But that's one of the reasons I make a point of getting out nearly every weekend, barring interruptions, is because in this country the weather's so unpredictable. Even a good weather report, which is the BBC, so a good thing they do, can quite often be wrong. And you think, I'd have missed if I'd have stayed home. So, oh, it's a bit cloudy, I'm going to stay home. I'd have missed this. In order to do that, to be able to get out every weekend, you've really got to sort of streamline your life. You've got to kind of cut away the things that are actually sucking time away from you. And it's one thing making a lot of money, and money's useful, it's just a tool. But if you haven't got time, then what's the point? You can't spend it, you can't enjoy it. So I'd rather almost be paid in time. I mean, it's great having a 4-day working week, which is what we do now where I am. That gives me 3 whole days at the weekend to walk. And that's one of the reasons I don't own my own house, I rent. Because I don't particularly want to be maintaining a house. It becomes another worry. Then doing DIY, which, given that my job's a very practical job, I'm a metal worker, I kind of don't want to come home and do more of it. Or at least do something I'm not particularly skilled at, which is DIY, woodworking, plumbing, etc. So I'd rather put the money into a rented house cared for by somebody else, and that then frees me up to get out and about to do this do stuff that's more long distance. So my advice is, if you want to be out, you have to prioritise what's important in your life and get rid of the stuff that isn't. I find that always in like the first half hour of any walk, I do a lot of stopping to faff with gear. As you can see, I've put the sweater on. Although it's beautiful, there's just this cutting breeze coming through the valley. And it was just tipped me over the edge into the cold area. So I thought I'd put this on. And I also had to change the battery on the camera, because I didn't charge the one up that was in the camera from the last walk. Schoolboy error. But I do have another 2 fresh batteries in there. But yeah, a lot of faffery in the first half hour, getting settled back into the gear and the hike. I can't fault this valley. Man, it is gorgeous. What a view. Man, I've only been walking for half an hour. I'm just being blessed. These stunning views, man. If I came down here last time, I don't remember it at all. I don't remember it being this nice. Wow. I do take photographs as well as video. I'll either work them in with the video, so you'll be getting one now, or if I don't do that, they're on my Facebook page and comes under the Pilgrim hiker on Facebook if you want to have a look at the pictures. Blown away so far, blown away. But I feel like the hard work is yet to come as soon as we start getting the elevation. And as you can hear, the wind is howling. I'm laughing because on the map, the Witcher well, the actual spring, comes down here, and as soon as I heard Witcher, I'm a big fan of the game, so I'm just working through the books, and I just started laughing. It makes me hanker for a game of Gwent. And just a side note, I've got my views on wild camping, but if I was going to wild camp anywhere along there, I know the sun's probably in the eye there, but anywhere along the bank would be perfect. Waking up to this, spectacular. So that big fella up there is Middle Knoll, and I ain't going up it, I can tell you that. I must admit, I do like taking the road less travelled, and as my last walk, where did I go last? Mine's gone blank. Turton and Entwistle Reservoir should be the previous video to this. It was quite busy, obviously on the nature of the location, whereas here we are in the middle of nowhere and it's very much less travelled. But common misconception where we get the road less travelled reference from with the poem by Robert Frost was that people think that it's about choosing the less travelled road in life, cutting your own path. When in fact, I may be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that he was actually gently mocking his hiking buddy, who was well known for being very indecisive. So in the poem, the character has to choose between two paths, and by the end of the poem you realise both paths are pretty much the same. But he thinks he chose the one less travelled, and that it didn't really matter. Well, sadly, I think Robert Frost was aware that when his friend realised that, it helped him make his decision whether to sign up to fight in the World War, the First World War, where he promptly died. It's a bit of a tragic tale. But I think it's one of them happy accidents where the poem grew beyond its meaning and people then interpreted it as always pick the road less travelled, which ironically has been around for thousands of years, because Jesus said take the narrow path that leads to life, and few there are that find it, whereas the broad way is like a highway, it's like a motorway, it's well paved, it's broad, everybody's on it, and that's the way of the world, the way of health, wealth and prosperity, where the narrow way is like a tiny little footpath that people rarely come across, and it's very hard to follow. I like how those two of my favourite things, obviously the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ, but obviously Robert Frost's poems, which I do love, and The Road Less Travelled is one of my favourites. I definitely call these horror movie gates. You got the rusty metalwork, the dodgy planking, and then we are in the middle of nowhere. A little bit disturbing, not gonna lie. Man, this trail just keeps on giving. Oh, like Lord of the Rings level stuff. Fantasy, very mythical. Just this little stretch. Wow. If I ever came this way, I do not remember it whatsoever. Grisdale Bridge video, when I talked about navigating. I have absolutely no cell service here. Cell, mobile, cell, wherever you are. And it's quite a drop. And so I'm relying on the map, proving my point that you need to have both the map and the sat nav, so to speak. Both are useful, but the paper one ultimately is the one you're going to rely on in situations like this, where the good guys at Ordnance Survey, the app still piggybacks, even with no service whatsoever, piggybacks off satellites to give you a global position, which I think is great because most other apps don't have that option. So although I can pinpoint my location, I didn't download the map to my phone, which I wouldn't normally do, but now it's happened and now I'm aware of it. That's what I'm going to do. So the phone, it can locate where I am, but at the moment it hasn't got the original map, and that map looks like hazy, fuzzy, because it's not been downloaded. It's relying off cached data. So I'm relying on the map, which is perfectly fine because, like I said, I have done a course and it's actually quite good. It's quite good to re-familiarise myself with a teensy bit of pressure. Though I can roughly check where I am with the phone, I really do need to be Johnny on the spot with the map. So yeah. That last bit in there, where the farm was, that I definitely remembered from the last time I was here. So there's a good chance I've already done that route, but I have no recollection. Still, good, got to walk it twice. What are we on today? Buxton natural mineral water. Oh, it's the one with the bottled and an untouched artesian source. I feel so privileged to be drinking it. Came from the Peak District. Whoop-de-doo. Just water. Could have come from a tap in a factory. I acquired a love for water after watching the movie 127 Hours. No my, if you've seen that film, boy do you appreciate water after that. And so we begin the climb to get up onto Whitendale Fell, and at the top of that we're going to turn and start the descent at the halfway mark. So I've already done 5 miles, just had a little bit of water. I don't really like to keep stopping for long breaks. Obviously there's faffery to be done, a lot of faffery. But generally for a rest, I just stop, take a gulp of water and then press on. I will stop at the halfway point and have a proper break, but that should be about it. Whew. That's just my preference, there's no hard fast rule on that. Do whatever you want. And you can just see the path going up there. If we turn around, where we've come from, look at all that. Wonderful. Just saw 2 deer bounding away over there. Obviously spooked him a bit with my noise, and then he just pelted. He just saw him in the corner of my eye, but there was no point trying to get the camera out, and it wouldn't be able to see it all the way over there. It's nice. That's what I live for. My old friend the bog moss was back there, stamped through a load of boggy moss. There's some more here. Yeah, there's a bit of quite a lot of runoff from the top of the fell, so giving that new waterproofing stuff on my boots a good test run. So far so good. Wow, getting a wee bit warm. I'll be ready to take the sweater off in a minute. Heck! Oh heck, that's some slog. Going up the inclination now. Incline. Just taking my time with it. Quite a steep sudden break from the path. It's going to reward me with some good views. I know it. I've not got that far to go. Just going to push on. Still going. Still going. Apart from these 2, the only thing up here. Bliss. So, turning you around. That's where we're heading. Up there. Should be a Roman road. The Romans are crazy fools like that. Let's build a road, man. Not far. Oh yes. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh. I've never used 2 sticks to go up a hill before since Hadrian's War many years ago. I powered my way up there with them. I need to remind myself of that. No point having them on my backpack and not using them. This is a Roman road. we're going that way, and then we'll have a freaking break. Whoo! They're making all kinds of leg gains. All kinds. And down there, that is where we have come from. And that is where we're going. So just making my way to the halfway mark. Feels like I've been walking forever, to be fair. That was a difficult first few miles were quite easy, and then sort of from the 3rd mile to now, it's just approaching the 6th mile. That was really difficult. Just to try and, I wish I'd got the sticks out earlier. Quite annoyed at myself. And I wish I'd caught that biker on camera properly. That was quite cool. So I think I should have stabbed my way up that hill a bit quicker. Well, not to worry, we're not in any rush whatsoever. When we get to the halfway point, it should be about just under 7 miles. Stop for some water and carry on. And according to the map, this Roman road's going to do a fair bit of the way. So it'll go across Dunsop Fell and then begin to bring me down on the other side, down to Dunsop Bridge itself. And we'll see. The sun keeps popping out, very hot, and then it goes very cold, and then it goes very hot. And the wind's keeping the sweat off me. So, perfect conditions for this kind of terrain. I'm happy. I'll open the gate for him. Kind of cool. Well, I'm sure I'd break something if I did it. There they go. They have GoPros as well, so they're probably getting that up to YouTube straight away. The perfect lunch spot. Yes. Sitting on my pouch. Back. I can come off. Sorry if it's a bit windy. Can't help that. I'm getting cockeyed. Let me adjust you. Something like that. Yeah. Just broke that tripod. Hopefully it's alright. Bit of sealant in it. That was quite cool. Seeing the bikers. Something interesting. Just as I thought that I was on my own. There you go. Well, I got to do a good deed. Don't mind that. And I'll probably be on somebody's YouTube video watching them record me watching them for a YouTube video. The world works in weird ways. Let's see what card I've got. Last time was the elephant, and before that the penguin. There we go. Perfect. Scorpion. See that? That's a scorpion. The scorpion has a super sting on its tail which protects it from other bigger creatures. Yeah. One for the album. Oh. Are they coming or going? Just saw 2 more bikes. There must be another route. Crossing sideways. Oh well. Right, that's me done. Get me out of here. The wind has really picked up again. Ow. So the sweater's back on, the sun's out. It's all good. Seen two cyclists now, actually push bikers. That's a good punishment right there. And I plod on. I've got phone signal now, so I've quickly downloaded the map, but quite happy that I didn't need it today. All's good. I've got to admit, this is pretty cool. It says it's a poem or something about Lancashire witches by Carol Ann Duffy. That's pretty cool. I quite like that. I can't help but feel a bit of twisted delight when I see a cyclist trying to get up a hill. The one that I've just come down, and that was steep. Yeah, he's going for it. Just see him behind me. Oh well. I do like a good paved road though. The old Romans. Had a rather strange encounter there. Came off the Roman road and came across a police van at the gate. The gate was padlocked, and then when I turned to look at the gate, big sign saying no motorised vehicles, no motorbikes, no nothing. Okay, so that's what the policeman's there for. So left them behind, rounded the corner, motorbike coming, so I thought I'd do the right thing and warn him. So he appreciated that, but he carried on to see the policeman to see what the rules were, and that was it. I assumed, seems though he didn't turn around and come back, but it was alright for him to be on there, like green laning. Probably, yeah, I suppose maybe he sticks to the road. So whatever, might research that when I get home. But I'm off that road now. I'm taking a footpath up to Dunsop Head, just when I thought the elevation was finished. I'm kind of glad to be out of the mainstream. It's getting a bit busy there. I have cyclists, fell runners, and a couple of horse riders. So I'm kind of glad to be back in the boonies. Okay, I called it the Dunsop Bridge Punishment March on the computer, and oh, that was almost prophecy. This uphill's critical. I don't even know what I'm saying. Excruciating. I'm going to persevere. I've had some energy gel. Getting a second wind, but what a view. Here we are, top of Dunsop Fell. It's blowing a gale, which I need to cool me down. I'm going to carry on to Dunsop Head, so I'm assuming it's that way, and then I want to go down, I want to go home. No, I'm just kidding. worth it for the workout. I've got a trip planned in Scotland. I want to go and visit some of the locations used when they filmed Highlander, which, if you're not an old man like me, you won't have a clue what I'm talking about. But for us oldies, that was one of the best films going. Part of the inspiration for one of my own books. I like the character. So it'll be a kind of pilgrimage, pilgrim hiker, pilgrimage to go and see these places. There's going to be a lot of up and downs. Might as well get used to it now. Oh, flat land. I'll take that. So just had to spend a few minutes poring over the map a bit. So this is the point where it could go horrifically wrong. And not having done this route before, I want to get off Dunsop Head by Fell. There's no real obvious track, so I'm following this signpost. It was back there, I just took a video of, and it puts me on this path up to the trig point. So that's a bit more of a positive sign. So I'm going to stick with that, and hopefully not have to go all the way back to the 3 mile point right at the beginning and then trek 3 miles back to the car. This is obviously the shorter route that I plan to take, so let's see. Yeah, okay, so far so good. After a bit of bog marsh, whatever you call it, bog moss, picked up a footpath parallel in the wall, so that's good. I can see the trig point from here. I'm just making my way to it. The tricky bit is coming off the top of here. That's the bit I'm worried about. So I need to turn round, I'll turn round, but it's a lot of excess mileage. But I do like a good trig point. Ah, boosh. Not a bad view. Right, so following the wall now over Ox Rig. There is a kind of footpath here which is encouraging, and I want to, where this wall turns left, I want to be going down, and this is make or break time, whether I'm doing some serious backpedaling, backtracking, whatever, losing my cognitive functions. No, so far so good, feeling quite energized, come on Mark, energized, feeling energized. Now I'm on the flat for a bit. It's just them uphills, man, they do suck it out here. So yeah, time to plough on and hopefully be down off the top through this way. So I came across this, found one earlier, obviously where a plane has crashed. Well then, you look here, there's a lot of debris. Is it something that's been dug up? And look at that. Don't know. Maybe it's just junk. That's quite interesting. Maybe it's just farmyard junk. So far so good. got two options here. And I just want to point out, you can't grasp the gravity of that from a camera. It's almost vertigo inducing. We're so high up and it's such a steep drop down. Such a view though. See the valley there, winding its way up. The coast way off. You can't see that, I can. I'm just going to check, there's vehicle tracks here in the direction I wanted to go, and my fallback is that finger post there, which is an actual track. If a vehicle got down here, surely a human being can get down here. We will find out. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see what's up ahead. This must be the track that was on the map. There you go, I'm off the fell, nearly at the bottom. Thankfully for this white finger post and another one back there, put me on the right track, so it was a good shout when I did the map to pick up this track road. Obviously the farmer uses but allows permissible public access, so I'm going to go that way and that will take me to the main road, back to the car. I can honestly say now, no more elevation. Come on, let's get at it. The day is winding away. I do like to see a way marker. Means I will be able to get out of this road. Well, there we go. Still another walk bashed out. I would have filmed at the car, but it's busy, as Dunsop Bridge is usually. The sun is out, everybody's come for a little bit of a ramble. But I am done for today. That is 13.5 miles and some serious elevation, man. I'm going to head home, do some errands, have a nap because I'm old, think about doing some editing. I'll just negotiate this bridge. Right, anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and it won't be long before there's another one. See you on the trail. Fucking cyclists. Come on, move out of the way, mate. Come on. Hey, what colour socks are them? I'm sure I used to have a bike that colour when I was in high school. I got the nick taken out of me quite a bit. Dyna rod orange it was.